Hello everyone, and welcome to another Tamagotchi Nano unboxing video. This time I'm going to be unboxing and taking a look at the Star Wars Grogu Tamagotchi, which is the character formerly known as Baby Yoda, who is from the Disney Plus show The Mandalorian, which I have not watched. I think I've watched one episode years ago. Maybe I'll rewatch maybe I'll watch more of it at some point, but yeah, buckle yourselves in for another Tamagotchi Nano collaboration where I know very little about the source material. I do, however, know that he was called Baby Yoda by people on the internet, but his name is not Baby Yoda, it is Grogu, which I'm pretty sure is a character from American Dad. But in any case, here's the shell, little Grogu art on it with little, I want to say they're frogs, but I'm not that well versed in the Star Wars universe. Maybe they're not frogs, maybe they're some Star Wars not frog creature. But in any case, I went with the one that comes with this adorable little silicone pouch, which, once you remove the tab, to begin, you can pop it in there in the same sort of way that when you get the chain through the hole, there we are, which is similar to the other silicone cases like the Geordie Tamagotchi has, like the Pac-Man one, I think that, and the Gudetama one, which of course I've reviewed all of those. So what's the time? It is 1:53 in the afternoon, which means lots of tapping, but it also means that I get to work out how good the buttons are, and the buttons are normal, which is good. It's kind of, you should expect them to be normal. Unfortunately, in some nanos like the Molcar Nano, the buttons are not good, but I'm glad that here they are good. It's kind of weird that the silicone case covers Grogu's head, but I guess it kind of makes sense. It makes it look like that is him, but it also makes it look like he has this giant mouth. This is also the second Star Wars... Oh my gosh, that's adorable. It's also the second Star Wars Tamagotchi, the first one being the R2-D2 one from, I think it was a year or two ago. So here are the options: food and game, same as all nanos. We'll go to food, and we've got a meal, which our little Baby Yoda, which I'm still going to call him Baby Yoda, will eat. It's a very cute sprite though, and you can kind of... Oh, that's interesting. Usually when you go to the, when he's full and he refuses food, usually on Tamagotchi Nanos they just make the ba-ba, the deny noise that is standard for all Tamagotchis, but in this one he makes a special noise and throws it off the table. It's usually just a picture or sprite just shaking his head slowly. And then we've also got the snack, which you can feed to your heart's content. He will never refuse a snack. Same, honestly. And now you can check the status by pressing C, and you get a close-up with some fairly unique sounds, which is kind of nice. Typically on Nanos they just make the same beeps and boops, but this one, along with the R2-D2 Nano, have some custom sounds, which is pretty cool, honestly. We've also got our games. So how many games we get? Oh, there's the frog again. We've got the, I'm guessing it's also like the R2-D2 Nano in that the games change depending on what form you have, and that's what that third one is there, I'm guessing. So let's do the frog one. Oh my gosh, he eats a frog. Okay. So this is the timing game. So the game... Oh, I missed again. And he falls over. That's kind of sad. But also I'm happy not to see the... yeah, that's horrific. Oh, I missed again. The games on the Nanos are typically from the same selection of games, just with a skin of whatever the franchise is. that is being collaborated with. So that timing game, it might be an aiming sight for a target, or it could be taking a photograph of something, waiting for something to align in the center. But for this one, it's grabbing and just shoving a frog in your face. Horrifying. Now we've got our second game. And this game was the button mashing one? It is. So my personal favourite, because it's the easiest, is just button mashing. It's the one that is the easiest to get a perfect result on. You just button mash A. And it makes that noise when you get a perfect result, which is very cute. And again, unique to this Nano, which is something that, yeah, it's fairly rare. I feel like it's just the R2-D2 one, this one, and I think the Pac-Man one as well, which is something I'm definitely a big fan of, those unique sounds. It just makes them feel a little bit more unique. And same thing with the game that changes depending on the evolution. That is, again, fairly unique. I'm fairly certain it's only on this one, the R2-D2 one, and maybe the Tamagotchi as well. Yeah, so first impressions are fairly positive of this cute little guy. Makes me actually kind of want to watch the show, finally. I'm fairly certain there's a bit of a backlog to watch. I don't think I have a Disney Plus subscription at the moment. I usually only get that around Christmas because I rewatch The Simpsons Christmas episodes every year for Christmas because that's the kind of millennial I am, I guess. But in any case, what else is there to show you? So, muting is standard, and we get icons rather than text for the whole thing, which is fairly standard for the Nanos that get international releases. So this is easily available within Australia. I got this one I think I got it from Amazon because it just worked out the cheapest. I originally had this pre-ordered from Toys R Us, but they got them in stock, but then said that mine was the wrong one or something, and they didn't know when it was going to be in stock, and I was like, okay, but you've listed this one for $5 more. Can you send me that? And they were like, no. So Toys R Us, it makes sense why they aren't what they were in the 90s and 2000s. But yeah, they also have them at EB Games and Zing. However, they are more expensive than on Amazon. You can also get the non-silicone case version at Target and Big W, I'm fairly certain. But yeah, those are just Australian retailers anyway. So yes, big fan of this so far. I do like my little guy, especially big fan of the fact that they refused the food and just pushed off the table. That is brilliant, and I can't recall any other Tamagotchi Nano doing that. So yeah, pretty positive first impressions. Again, big fan of the silicone case that from the back kind of just looks completely different. Looks very boring from the back. That's kind of funny. But yeah, so those are my first impressions for the Grogu Tamagotchi. Let me know your thoughts, comments, and questions in the comment section below. Like this video for adorable little baby Yoda. Subscribe if you haven't already, and if you have subscribed, tell your friends, tell your family, tell your enemies, and of course, I'll see you in the next video. Bye!